What does it take to create a business that customers love? Because merely satisfying customers is no longer good enough in today's ultra-competitive market. Welcome to our 2014 Optus Future of Business Report. Each year, we explore how businesses are coping with rapidly changing technology and consumer trends. To see how leading businesses succeed, we conducted one of Australia's largest customer experience surveys. We talked to hundreds of business decision makers and thousands of consumers across different industries, covering IT, customer experience, marketing, finance and HR. Improving customer experience has become a high priority for many businesses. Because the better the experience a customer has, the more likely they are to purchase again and to recommend you. And that means more sales. Many businesses have the best intentions, but are getting it wrong. The fact is, only businesses that deliver an outstanding experience for customers are rewarded with loyal customers. The formula for success seems simple. Understand your customers. But what do they really want? And what does it actually take to create real brand advocates? In the Future of Business Report, you'll discover how critical your service channels and your employees are in delivering a great customer experience, and how making the right technology investments underpins their success. Discover how to create a business your customers love at optus.com.au/futureofbusiness.
Well, we're in a business environment where customer expectations have never been higher, competition has never been tougher, and disruption is the new normal. And also, the battle for you to retain your customers, let alone win new customers, has never been more challenging. Like you, we understand this, and that's why we've focused this year's Future of Business Report on this theme of creating a business your customers love. And I actually really enjoyed the Minister connecting that theme as well in terms of the New South Wales government agenda. This is one of the largest research pieces on customer experience across the country. We've interviewed over 550 organisations from across enterprise and government, and also 5,000 plus consumers. And the report covers a rich range of insights, 44 pages, including guidance and tools, with perspectives from various functions inside an organisation, including IT, marketing, customer, human resources and finance. Today, I'm only going to cover a high-level snapshot of what I consider to be, perhaps we consider to be the most relevant and most powerful insights. We're going to talk through why customer experience matters, what customers really want, are businesses taking it seriously, and what are some of the barriers to success. We're also going to have a look at what the most outstanding organisations do to create an outstanding customer experience. So let's start why customer experience matters. We should not be surprised that good's not good enough. However, you may be surprised with the difference between what good means and what outstanding means, because the difference has a massive impact on customer loyalty and on retention. 95% of customers that had an outstanding experience said that they were likely to remain loyal to you. However, if you're only offering a good customer experience, that drops to 39% of customers remaining loyal to you. Note, I'm not talking about a bad experience. I'm talking about outstanding versus good. The key point here is the majority of your customers and our customers are at risk if the only standard of service you're providing is good. That's quite thought-provoking. And only outstanding customer experience creates advocates. And we know what advocacy means. The likelihood to recommend your organisation to others. In fact, those who receive outstanding customer experience are 5 times more likely to recommend your organisation to their friends and to others they know. Shortly, I'll describe the attributes of what a leading organisation does to create outstanding customer experience so that we're all on the same page. We've also uncovered just how fast and how far bad news travels. Almost 80% of customers who had a bad experience took some form of action. 46% of people told someone about that. 13% went viral. And in this world of social and online, you know how widespread and how damaging that can be. Let me take a quick poll in the room. How many of you had a bad experience recently with an organisation and have told someone about it or jumped online? Yeah. The majority of the hands in the room, and we've got the stalls filling up top. Welcome. Hi up there. That's actually what our customers are experiencing. And I'm afraid to say good news doesn't travel nearly as fast as you can see from the statistic. So what do customers really want? Well, here's what they told us through the research. They want staff who are friendly, meet their needs, and are knowledgeable. Of course, they want to interact with a real person as often as they can, get quick results, and they want to feel valued. How many times have you been on the phone and felt that the staff member that you're dealing with just wasn't equipped to meet your needs? We know it happens, and we know it happens in the telco industry as well. Nearly 60% of customers could tell when an employee that they were dealing with didn't have either the information or the tools to be able to deal with a query and satisfy the request. Also, more than a third noticed when a staff member made them wait while they were searching for information. The point is, we can't hide. Customers can see what's happening and their expectations are high. And as we're listening to customers and responding to their feedback and trying to get better, the bar keeps moving higher. Have a look what happens to customer expectations rise across the board over the next 1 or 2 years. One of the key reasons, and we know this particularly because it's a significant IT audience here, is the rapid adoption of technology, which is enabling customers more choice than ever before in the way that they interact with organisations across enterprise or government. Let's have a look at some of the technology trends across online, social and mobile, which are creating this further complexity in terms of customers interacting with organisations, which is creating both threats, challenges, but also opportunity. Now, we're quite heartened by this statistic. Over 31 million Australians now have a mobile service in this country. Now, that's off a population of 23 million. Now, that is a phenomenal statistic. It makes Australia one of the most highly penetrated mobile markets in the world. Obviously, many of us carry multiple devices. So if we do a quick poll, I think Brad alluded to it a bit earlier. How many of you, lights up, how many of you have at least one device? Okay, now that was an expectation. Keep your hand up if you've got 2 devices. Still the majority of the room. I'm trying to sort of track the store. Keep your hand up. Okay, I feel like a school teacher here. What about 3 devices? Keep your hand up if you have 3 devices. Okay, still a lot of hands. That makes sense. I count a smartphone, perhaps a tablet, perhaps a laptop. What about 4 devices? Okay, I'm still seeing hands up. I'm starting to get a little worried. 5 devices. I've got 1 at the back there. I've got 1 there. I've still got a few in the game here. 6 devices. Okay. Sir at the back, can you please stand up? I'm not sure how your integration's going in your life there, but God bless you. God bless you with 6 devices. Hopefully they're all humming on that Optus 4G network. I've got 7 devices, so that's almost a round of applause there. Thank you. You might need some help, sir, but please take a seat. Hands up if you've only got 1 device. Okay. I'm going to just grab a mission. It's called mobile roaming. Here. 1 device. 1 device there. Yeah, lift your game, yeah? Yeah, lift your game here. Here's 1 there. Grab that there. Well done, sir. Fantastic stuff. Let's get these guys on the drug. Good stuff. Okay, so just building on 31 million mobiles, that's a pretty big stat. I'll tell you what's more important, actually, the number of folk that have got smartphones. We've now in this country crossed 11 million smartphones. That's a big deal, because the smartphone changes everything. We know that we can access data, internet, and applications, and that has got an absolutely seismic change in the way that organisations and customers are now engaging. 7.5 million Australians in the last 12 months actually access the internet via their mobile phone. That's up 33%. Another technology stat. Australians' obsession with social media continues. 13 million Facebook users in this country, over 12 million YouTube users, and there's a lot of us on LinkedIn. I'm not too sure what everyone's doing on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn has passed I'm looking at my people, particularly here down the front, 3.6 million Australian users of LinkedIn. Social's not just about family and friends and connecting socially. It is increasingly about Australians now connecting with organisations and businesses. And this is a trend which, again, as organisations, we need to listen to, and government, we need to listen to and make sure that we are managing and building into orientating into our business plans. If we also look at what's happening in terms of this migration of customer engagement to online channels across mobiles, tablets, and laptops, connected laptops, of course, connected devices. Let's take a look at e-commerce as an example. 13.6 million Australians completed online transactions in the last 12 months. Banking, paying bills, buying goods and services. Australian online retail spend has now crossed over the $15 billion mark, which is another phenomenal stat. These trends in mobile, social and online continue at pace. So what does that mean for customer engagement? And perhaps also reflect on the way your organisation has set up these channels. Well, the first point is customers have unprecedented choice in the way that they engage with both enterprise and government, and you heard some examples there of what New South Wales government's doing to facilitate and try and drive that. They want to be able to choose the right channel for their needs. So it isn't one size fits all, as we can see in the chart. But whether it's online for researching, or whether it's getting on the phone, getting on a contact centre for a customer service query, we are still seeing that customers really consistently still have a reliance on people. And in some cases, in the case of customer care, 93% still prefer to speak to a person over the phone, which does make me question whether we're doing enough to really empower our digital channels and self-service, and also it speaks volumes about the way we're equipping our people. More on that shortly. So, as we said, good's not good enough. Outstanding is what we want to try and achieve. That's the standard. And we know what outstanding achieves. Loyalty, advocacy, creates a foundation for growth. What's alarming is, and again the research has borne this out, that customers are telling us, only 12% of organisations are reaching that standard and are delivering outstanding customer experience. Reflect back to what I talked about in terms of the difference between outstanding and good. I wasn't even talking about bad. Now, I'm going to get to the barriers that are holding back the other 88%. But what I do want to focus on now is what are the attributes of those leading organisations that are creating outstanding customer experience? What are they doing to create these outcomes? And perhaps, again, it can start to inform us and our own businesses. Well, firstly, and this will hearten the IT folk in the room, leading organisations are aligning technology with their customer strategies. And when there's major alignment, as you can see in the chart, customer experience rises significantly, almost exponentially. Leading organisations are also empowering their workforce with the right tools. I'm talking about CRM systems, mobile devices, billing, customer care systems, applications, collaboration tools. Over 70% of businesses with well-equipped staff were delivering either very good or outstanding customer experience. As I said earlier, there's nowhere to hide. It is transparent to customers when our folks, our people, are either ill-equipped or not trained. The best organisations also have an integrated multi-channel approach. That's online, social and mobile, these digital channels, working with the contact centres, working with the retail stores to create a seamless customer experience. The research shows that businesses with aligned channels, with integrated channels, dramatically more likely to deliver outstanding customer service. Again, a question for you, how well are your channels aligned, particularly in this omni-channel world? And keeping with the same theme, alignment between departments in an organisation is absolutely critical. And I'm seeing a few sort of nodding heads here at the front. Almost half the organisations delivering average customer experience stated that the alignment between their departments was a major barrier. While those organisations delivering outstanding customer experience rarely cited alignment as a barrier, i.e. they were aligned right through and focused on that customer experience. And finally, it's no surprise that the leading organisations, the best organisations, have customer experience strategies, they have structured feedback programs, and they understand needs from a customer's perspective. 3/4 of the outstanding organisations had customer feedback programs, an important point, that provide actionable insights. There is no point in investing in capturing customer feedback and customer research if you don't do anything meaningful with it and you can't action it. So are businesses taking customer experience seriously? Let me take another poll in the room. Raise your hands if customer experience is the top business priority for your organisation. Okay, I would say maybe half the room. That speaks to a lot of good intent. Let's see what the research says, and the results might surprise you. Again, in context, we survey over 550 leading organisations across enterprise and government in this country. It's a massive sample, and it's one of the biggest customer experience research programs ever undertaken here. And only 25% of organisations that we surveyed rated customer experience or advocacy as their number one business priority. That's also worth reflecting on in terms of where the barrier is between intent versus action. Let's take a look at how the various functions prioritise customer experience. So in the report, we spoke to a wide range of functions inside a business. For the purpose of the summary and this presentation, I'm only going to focus on three. I'll focus on IT, marketing and finance. Two key insights. The first one, which is fairly obvious, is there's not a great deal of alignment in business priorities across the three functions. You may be looking at your colleague and thinking, that's no surprise to me when I'm dealing with the finance or the marketing folk or the IT team if you're from one of the other groups. That's the first one, and particularly across customer experience, they're not well aligned at all. The second one is the finance guys. Have a look at the finance statistics in terms of their focus on customer experience. Very low on the agenda. Now that might be amusing and maybe predictable, but it's also quite a serious point. Because to make matters worse, only 46 or 45% of all decision makers, irrespective of function, 45%, almost half decision makers, irrespective of function, said their organisations had a good understanding of how customer experience impacts profits and revenue. Significant insight. We know customer experience drives loyalty, drives retention, drives repeat business, and yet the inability to correlate the two is just a big issue for business. If we look across the industries, retail organisations had the strongest understanding, again, correlating customer experience with revenue profits. I'm actually surprised by the financial services and insurance organisations only at 35%. Maybe they run by finance people, or maybe they just have the bar a bit higher when they're answering these questions. And government lagged further. So while we applaud the Minister's efforts with New South Wales Government, we know that there's still a long way to go in terms of trying to get to that mark, 30% or less. Another key insight here in the research is this mismatch between what businesses and what customers view as the most important drivers in delivering customer experience. When businesses think about customer needs, they quickly jump to quality products and services and features and functionality and quick service. But when you take the customer lens, and again, this is through the research, the most important drivers are more fundamental, friendly, knowledgeable staff that are well equipped to meet their needs. Now, we know most organisations have the intent to focus on customer experience. We saw a lot of hands in the room only a couple of minutes ago. But there clearly are some key barriers to achieving that customer experience pursuit. So what's holding them back? Let's have a look. The research has identified the top 10 challenges for business. Almost half the organisations cited budget constraints as their top challenge. Perhaps something to do with the finance managers rating customer experience so low. However, internal tension is just as serious. Have a look at the competing agendas and this lack of alignment between departments around the customer experience agenda. Major barrier. We're also seeing that actioning customer feedback or changing processes to address customer needs is a major barrier for many organisations. So, how do you create a business your customers love? So let's bring it all together. We've heard about what customers want, what's holding businesses back. We've also heard what leading organisations are doing to create outstanding customer experience. So what's the formula for success? We've summarised it to 5 key points, of course, based on the research that we've just conducted. The first one is listen to your customer, define with them what the ideal experience looks like. This should inform your customer experience vision and your customer experience strategy. It must be sponsored by the most senior executives in the organisation and has to be accompanied by a structured feedback program, and as I said earlier, that is actionable. Secondly, create internal alignment by prioritising customer experience across all the departments. You've got to line up the business if you're going to be successful in this space. And it must be reinforced with KPIs and incentives with bite. Thirdly, aligning technology with customer experience agendas. It's something that's a high priority for many folk in this room. Leading businesses and the best businesses make technology investments based on customer experience priorities aligned back to customer strategies. And fourth, empower your workforce with the right tools. Provide the employees with information systems, communications tools, processes and training to help them better serve customers. And remember that customers value friendly, knowledgeable staff, one of the key fundamental tenets. And finally, very important to integrate channels to create a seamless customer experience. That means the traditional channels of retail stores and contact centres must leverage the digital channels, online, social, mobile, seamless across every interaction. You've got to map that through your business and make sure you drive the actions behind that. Now, I wanted to briefly share some insights in terms of what we're doing at Optus to further our customer experience focus. You know, we're mindful here that we've conducted some research and we can't espouse the virtues of customer experience without having a look at the mirror ourselves. So I wanted just to share with you some of the tangible actions and initiatives that we've committed to. We have a customer experience vision and strategy, well articulated, well communicated through the business, and it does have executive support, myself, Bill, right through to the board, again with our consumer organisation. We have a structured feedback program, and we listen to our customers across consumer and across business. In fact, 65% of business customers participate annually in our Voice of Customer survey. You know, I know many of you in the room are involved in those surveys. And sadly, given that there's thousands of reports, I actually read every report. It doesn't always tell me what I want to hear. Doesn't always tell me what I want to hear. And you know, at times I'm excited, I'm enthusiastic, and I'm jumping for joy. And other times, you know, I just kind of put my hands in my head and say, what's going on here? Okay. But what it does do is it allows us to inform our strategy and make the changes that we need to. Pivot, again, around the centre with the customer. All our people in Optus, irrespective of geography or functional role, have a KPI on customer experience that's linked to incentives. And there's enough incentive at risk to create skin in the game and drive that discretionary behaviour that we need. We're continuing to invest in our systems, processes and tools to try and empower our people as best we can. We've got a responsibility, certainly Optus Business, to ensure that we are using the services that we sell and position out to the market. And for some of our workforce, we've also introduced activity-based working to encourage collaboration and flexibility. Our focus on transforming our culture to that challenger brand, and to do that with a wingman approach, what we call a wingman approach. And that's, I've got your back, you've got my back. And for our customers, it's about a refreshed commitment to live more yes. Yes to innovation, yes to working together, yes to finding better ways. All these actions, no silver bullet, all these actions combined have created a platform and an environment where we've improved our customer satisfaction over the last 12 months, which is pleasing. We've also improved, importantly, employee and customer Net Promoter Score. Still have lots of room to improve. Hard work ahead for us. We're very grateful for your feedback, and we'd encourage you to continue to give us your feedback in terms of the customer experience. We're committed to continuing our focus on creating a business that you, our customers, love. Okay, this last couple of charts. A big part of today is hearing from some of Australia's leading organisations about how they're tackling technology as well as customer experience, both the opportunities and the challenges. Now, the breakout sessions on customer experience include senior executives from Westpac, from Virgin Australia, and our own Vicky Brady, who's the Managing Director of Customer in our consumer organisation. There are also some breakout sessions on evolving trends within IT, which are creating new possibilities for organisations. So I hope you're going to find those fascinating. And you'll hear again from some senior executives from Suncorp, from Macquarie University, and a fascinating update from Malcolm Crompton, who's the ex-Privacy Commissioner of Australia. And hopefully, as you've selected your breakout sessions, a number of those are in your list and on the agenda for today. We've also got some breakout sessions for the changing role of IT, which I know will stimulate many here in the audience. And again, senior executives from Cisco, Super Retail Group and Mater Health assisting us with bringing that to life and what it means for their organisation. Brad mentioned the expo space before. It's downstairs. You'll see the key capabilities that can help transform your business. Deliver productivity, drive efficiency, pursuit of new revenue, cost out, and even to support you in your pursuit of driving customer experience improvement. As Bill mentioned earlier, the technology showcase are going to include contact center, unified communication and collaboration, cloud mobility, business applications and security, and of course, you would expect from Singtel and Optus, the ability to help you succeed in the Asia-Pacific region. So today, we're launching the Future of Business report here at Vision. We're also speaking to the media immediately after this, and we do expect this to resonate as a theme through corporate Australia and more broadly in the market. This is the 4th year that we've run the report, and we conduct this research annually for 2 key reasons. Firstly, to help inform our strategy, our initiatives and our investments. But almost more importantly, to provide as a tool for our customers and our partners to assist you with your strategic thinking and framework around that, your business cases and your decision making. Please grab a copy of the Future of Business report, which is available here at the event, or jump online to tailor the report and insights to your industry. We'd love your feedback on the Future of Business report and also on the Vision event. Thank you. Have a great day.